Hi everybody, I'm Saria, and I'm going to show you a speedrun I did of the indie beat-em-up game Ruff City. It's a cute, short, straightforward beat-em-up available on Steam right now for $3.99. I highly recommend it to anybody looking for a simple beat-em-up experience. I'm going to do a speedrunning category that allows the use of an awesome time-saving glitch, but for now, we just start off with some simple wave clearing. Enemies are coming at us, and we have to defeat them all as they come in order to progress through the levels. We have a simple 3-punch combo, and I'm just using that to try to hit multiple enemies at the same time. That causes everything to go by faster. There's lots of luck involved with enemy decisions, but we try to take away their options as much as we can. Just try to stay one step ahead of the game at all times. They can do things called pink attacks, which causes them to be invulnerable, and those tan dogs can just block on their own as well, which is a bit annoying. And now, here's where the fun really starts. The enemies brought in weapons, and now there's that little pug. I'm gonna let it scurry over, throw a weapon at me, and then I'm going to do a weapon swing, deal the pug damage, and have that weapon strike be interrupted by that pug's projectile. That seems to confuse the game. Weapons in this game are supposed to break after incurring 8 hits against enemies, but if I cause that weapon strike, which deals damage, to be interrupted by the pug's projectile, the game seems to stop iterating the weapon damage variable, and so now we can enjoy an infinite weapon. This is the amazing infinite weapon glitch, which can end anytime we drop the weapon, and that attack would have knocked me down. If we get knocked down, or the weapon is taken from us in between some screens, or if we just forget and we drop the weapon on our own by blocking, the glitch will be over. So it's a bit of a pulse-pounding experience to try to keep the glitch for as long as we can, and it's crucial because we are allowed to bring that weapon into this boss battle against Pugma, and so now we can just deal massive damage to her when we're not supposed to be able to. I'm going to try to lure her against this left wall because enemy AI can get stuck against the wall. Unfortunately, she didn't come over far enough, and so now she's launching into her other attacks. That's a shame, and now she's doing this long 3-jump sequence, and so I'm losing time here, but I'm still completing this fight way faster because weapons deal so much more damage than my regular attacks, and there she goes. Such a massively faster fight with the glitch. I love this glitch so much. I was also using a super attack during that fight. You see on the top left of the screen, there's a super meter. When it's full, I can do a long super spin kick, and even when it's not fully filled up, I can do a short version of the super kick. Both versions allow your character to be invulnerable while the move is active, and that's incredibly useful many times through the run. Now we're in the second level, the subway stage. A bit of a scratchy start there. And you see there is a new enemy type here. That guy, the tanks, those are a problem. They can only be hit from behind, and even though they look slow and big, they are dodgy and tough to wrangle. And so I have some time to set up before these spawns here because enemies are arriving by train, and so I'm getting myself behind the tanks whenever I can, but there were 2 in that wave, and so I just let that one meander in and do its attack, have some fun, and then expose its back so I could take care of it and that last dog at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't bring a weapon into this part of the stage, and so I didn't worry about activating the infinite weapon glitch there. I am going to activate it soon though. And so now we're just going to try to focus on some clean fighting. Here's another new enemy, the cats. They can launch into an unwieldy attack of their own, but thankfully it just tends to bring them toward you. That train just took care of that wolf for me. It just did my work. But hopefully we don't get knocked down once we activate the glitch again. There we go. I got my attack interrupted by the pug as I was dealing damage, and so now we have the infinite weapon glitch again. But the train knocks down any enemies except the tanks that it makes contact with, and so we have to be really careful to not be knocked down, not just by the enemies, but also by the trains that are coming through. They can appear on random tracks, and I had a nice bit of luck there where those 2 tanks came together. That train almost hit me. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, the cats don't knock you down if they hit you. So we were able to take care of the subway pretty quickly there with the infinite weapon glitch, and I was able to take care of that massive wave with all of those tanks pretty quickly. Unfortunately, we cannot bring the weapon into this next boss battle against Jim, the gym rat. It took me way too long to get this joke. He starts off with several, like, he's like most bosses in this game, he can alternate between 3 main attacks. He starts with the jump rope attack, goes into that push-up attack, and if we're lucky, he will go back into the jump rope attack again. Very good. This allows me to block that attack and recharge my super meter again, so I can use 2 long supers to start off this fight and deal a ton of damage. The super attack is stronger than our regular attack, and you saw I used the short super there while he was in the middle of that dashing attack. That allowed me to avoid taking damage while dealing damage, and that's such a great way to use the super attack, short and long version. Now we can just wail away on him with it. This is a fight where you try to dodge attacks as much as possible, but you see, whenever I don't have the short super available, I'm just also trying to deal a few jabs here and there. Just get as many hits in as possible. Try to get this done ASAP. Our uppercut can also give us a little bit of invulnerability for a few frames, and that can be useful at the beginning of his jump rope attack. So we just try to dance around him. Just really try to sneak in as many hits as possible, and there, he's down. It would have been nice to be able to take him down before his final dash attack there, because it takes a while, but we're through the sewers and the subway, and now we're into the level with my favorite music in the game, and possibly my favorite new enemies in the game. These birds are just really fun to control for me. It's so much fun to work with them. We have to use our anti-air jumping kick, which has our smallest hitbox, and it's just, you gotta be pretty precise with them, but then it can lead to these amazing moments where we clump all these enemies together, and our uppercut can knock the birds out of the sky too. It's just so much fun. Unfortunately, I did not think to use that pug that appeared last out of the food zone door to set up the infinite weapon glitch, and we're in this slot machine part of the stage. That's what I call it, because every enemy in the game can appear at random here. It's the only part of the game where that's possible. The infinite weapon glitch would have helped us a lot here, because our regular attacks are way slower, but we got some lucky unluckies there. That new enemy type that appeared as a mini-boss, the unluckies, all spawned right together so I could smack all of them down with one super kick. Thank you, unluckies. But now we're into the next part of the stage where I'm planning to set up an infinite weapon glitch, and this part can go a bit squirrely, and that's not great. I got a little unlucky with the timing there, and unfortunately in this part of the stage, enemies can go off the side of the screen where we can't hit them. Thankfully that cat only had 1 hit left. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, whatever. Oh, and now we've got the tank into his attack. Oh, he got me. Good job, buddy. Oh, man, the tanks. We're gonna have some scary spawns with them in the next level, but for now, let's try to focus on cleaning this up. All right, that wasn't a great start, but let's try to do a little bit better here. Hope the enemies do a bit better with coming together. Thank you, Pug. Thank you very much. That's more like it. Okay. And the cat was so nice and just walked into me. That's a nice boon. Okay, things are going a bit better now. And now I'm going to focus on this wolf and leave the pugs unharmed for now, because we want them to set up the next infinite weapon glitch. Boom, we got it. All right. Oh, don't hit me. Oh my gosh, that was close. There's just so many clench moments that could cause you to drop the weapon. But we're good. We've got the infinite weapon glitch. We've been able to set it up pretty much immediately every time as well when we've gone for it. Now I'm going to wait a moment for these unluckies to get together, then use a super kick against them, and then just take care of this last straggler. And now we've got a boss where we can also bring the weapon in. This is the last boss where we can bring a weapon into the fight. And if we had brought a normal weapon in, it would already be broken now, but now we can just deal so much damage, but all of his attacks, I think, can knock us down. So we've got to be super careful at all times, especially with this attack. This is crucial. We have to try to dance around these knockdown barrels while trying to deal damage at the same time, and I'm focused so hard on it, I forget something crucial. I could have just used my long super attack in the second half of that move to deal a lot of damage while being invincible. But I also manipulated his AI there by standing really close to him during his invincible period here. Sometimes it confuses him and he skips one of his attacks. We didn't have to wait through that long barrel attack while he was invincible, and it pushed it into this vulnerable phase, and he was down so quickly. I wonder if I would have one-cycled him if I had remembered to use my super attack. We can't think about that now. We have our last stage to deal with, and we do not have any invincible weapon attacks to be able to really make use of here. Those wolves were really nice there. And that Unlucky's terrible uppercut hitbox was really nice there as well. For some reason, it didn't knock me down. And now we're just going to take out one of the first pugs to get the second Unlucky in, wait for them to get together, use a super attack, and that was a pretty clean start there. Now, this second part is pretty crucial. We've got to try to anti-air this bird to get started. Hope everybody walks into me. Good, they were pretty charitable. All right, awesome. That uppercut hitbox that we have is great for crowd control. We got some more stuff. Awesome. Okay, and now another Unlucky is going to appear. Use the super attack. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a super attack in time to deal with one of the most scary spawns in the game, because now here comes some more tanks. The second one's coming too, and they usually spawn in a really weird configuration, but I'm able to hit them both at the same time. That was a dream. It never goes that well. Oh, okay, things are starting to feel real now. This is looking like a pretty good run, honestly. And guess what? The cat agrees, and it says, hey, you know what would really suck is if I went as far away from the exit as possible right at the last moment to cost you a ton of time. Is that not like ultimate cat behavior? That is such cat behavior. Anyway, here's an elevator section because we've got to have one of those. It's a pretty standard first wave here, just a few normal enemies. Hopefully they come together. That last pug took a little while to come in, and that's something we're going to be seeing for all of these waves. Enemies cannot be hit until they cross a certain point at the bottom of the screen. And so we're a bit at the mercy of the game here, especially with this second tank that comes in. Please let me hit you. Okay, I took a bit of a risk there, hoping, because he got stuck on the wall, and sometimes he gets stuck on the wall before his hurt box loads in, and you just have to wait, you just have to sit there, and we got lucky there, thankfully. And speaking of lucky, here are some unluckies. Nice, and now we just have to wait for this last one to meander its way in. Can't really do much, you just have to wait. And unfortunately, we cannot take that weapon into the final boss room. Here we go. This first phase of the final boss is crucial. We have to 3-cycle it, or else we're going to lose so much time. Try to immediately deal as many hits as possible, and now he launches into this attack, which takes so long, and you can't hit him during this. I missed my punch! Okay, am I dealing enough damage? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a 3-cycle. This is a little scary now. Just try to do the super attack immediately. Hope it's enough. Oh my gosh. On the last frame of my super attack, he was taken out. That was close. But now we've got the final battle. This final form of the final boss is the only boss fight in the game where you do not have to wait for anything. We can deal damage at all times. There's no invincibility. But one of his attacks is very crucial. This one, where he can grab you. We can dodge it with our super attack, both versions of it. The long super is easier, the short super just barely works out to dodge it. I'm gonna try it here. I was early, just barely. My invincibility ended right when his grab started. That's a shame. It feels really good whenever you can dodge that and deal damage at the same time. Let's just use the long super, very good. He has... This attack right here is also pretty crucial for dancing around and dealing damage at the same time. This is just pure execution, and I was late that time with the short super dodge. That's so frustrating. It looks so much better when you can use that attack correctly. But we're getting into the end here. I used up my healing item, and so I have to be careful. I'm taking a lot of hits. Oh my goodness. And that's it. That is Ruff City any percent with use of the weapon glitch in 12 minutes and 48 seconds. And Lucky has retrieved the precious thing that the Duke took from him, the toy ball. Our story is over for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that run. I love this game. I want to thank everybody who worked on this game. I think you did a great job. This game is really just a simple experience. It's so clearly confident in what it is, and yes, the dog's pain noises hurts me a little bit, and normally I just can't handle like animal harm at all, but this game is just sort of adorable, and it doesn't take itself that seriously, and it just works for me. Hopefully, if you are interested in this, then maybe this has brought it into your radar and it's something that you want to try out for yourself. I do encourage you to do so. And if you want to run this game, I encourage you to do that as well. This was not a perfect run by any means. We can definitely shave some time off of this. First and foremost, by activating the infinite weapon glitch every single time it's possible, in the beginning of the subway and in the first part of stage 3 before that slot machine section. And also, maybe we can one-cycle that third boss. That would be huge. That would be so satisfying. I feel like it's gotta be possible. And then just some cleaner gameplay all around, and I don't know if we're looking at a sub 12, but we're definitely looking at some improvements. And devs, if you're watching this, I encourage you not to remove the infinite weapon glitch. I think it's just so much fun. It's not that easy to activate, especially if you don't mean to. I did find it by accident, but even when I was trying to do it on purpose for a long time, I could not figure it out. I just think it's a cool new spin on the gameplay, but it's up to you. Like, you do what you want to do, but I think it's just such a cool way to add replay value. And if you're watching this and you are considering this run to be a part of a speedrunning marathon, I hope this gave you everything you needed information-wise. I hope all of you found this entertaining or informative. Thank you so much for watching. I wish all of you the best. Dream on, folks. Peace.